Are you serious? Are you serious? Prayer? We're just talking prayer now. Prayer crosses the red lines around the world. Prayer, according to King of Jordan, if prayer is allowed on that Temple Mount, then Israel, you've crossed the red line. And is it okay to pray for Pope Benedict, who's 95 years old and is very, very ill? Or will that cross somebody's red line? I'm Pastor Paul Begley, and this is the Coming Apocalypse YouTube version. We're on the road, and here I go. Tonight, Mike from Around the World is going to join me. It'll be a powerful broadcast that starts at 9 p.m. Eastern right here, okay, on my website and YouTube and everywhere else. www.noblegoldinvestments.com says this one word. Is it one word? $2,000. That sounds like three words. $2,000. That's what they say the price of gold is going to go to per ounce. It's over $1,930 an ounce right now. And it's expected to go to $2,086 sometime in 2023, according to the Bank of America. I think it's going to blow past that. And so you got to look at your 401k and say, what's the stock market going to do? Look what it's doing. Do you want to keep your 401k in that stock market where it's losing and losing and losing? Or do you want to roll it over into something that's going to win in 2023? It's a big decision. Some of your savings accounts are doing nothing, sitting there hardly making anything. So this is a big chance. Your future of your retirement is based on good financial decisions. I would think you should do this, is get a hold of the experts at noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Colin Plume or one of his staff can help you, certainly. And you can call them this morning at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347, and tell them Pastor Paul Begley sent you there. All right, King Jordan. King Jordan says that he is prepared for conflict should the status of Jerusalem's holy site, the Temple Mount, change as Israel prepares to swear in what is likely to be the most right-wing government in history. Wow. He just said that he used the word conflict over prayer. But King Abdullah II told CNN's Becky Anderson in an exclusive interview this month that there is concern in his country about those in Israel trying to push for changes in his custodianship of the Muslim and Christian holy sites in Israel, occupied East Jerusalem. So here, did you hear what he just said? Muslim and Christian holy sites. Here's the deal. The Temple Mount is the holiest site of Judaism, okay? It is the third most holiest site for Islam. And it is a holy site for Christians. So you can't just start peeling away and eliminating. And I think that what you have to understand is the nation of Israel does not plan on stopping Muslims from going to the Dome of the Rock or to the Al-Aqsa Mosque to pray. They're going to get to continue to do everything they've always done. The only difference is they just want to let Jews also pray, and Christians for that matter. Christians aren't allowed to pray up there either. Of course, can you really stop anybody from praying, really? Israeli, of course, the United States government tried to stop prayer. I guess that was another red line. You can't pray in school, guys. If you do, kids, you're crossing an American red line. And some of us Protestants may cross a red line for praying for a Catholic brother or sister that's sick. I've been accused of everything. I pray for everybody, and then I get beat up by some of my brothers and sisters who don't understand that you're supposed to pray for everybody. How many red lines do we cross when it comes to prayer? Is it prayer that causes people to be so off track, or are people off track because of prayer? Oh, let me read the article. I'm sorry. Israel's leader, Benjamin Netanyahu, incoming government, is expected to be the most high right wing. Oh, read the comments below. Are you serious? People are going off on that question. Because what happens is, I struck a nerve so deep within the heart of some folks. They're so dogmatic and they only love one denomination. They hate all the others so bad that they forgot who they are as a Christian. When your religion or denomination for that matter becomes more important to you than your Christianity or your religion itself, whatever that is, trade it in and get the real thing. It's okay. You can cross man-made red lines for God. Oh, back to this article. The year is already the deadliest for Palestinians and Israelis in the nearly 2 decades, raising the specter of a new Palestinian uprising against Israel. We don't know why Israel's going to be an uprising against them. Netanyahu's getting sworn in this morning. They're not even in yet. And we've already got the United Nations has already passed a resolution for a peace summit to be held in Moscow, Russia. No, not a peace summit to try to stop the Russian-Ukraine war, but to stop the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in Russia. Oh, and then the European Union just passed unanimously that Benjamin Netanyahu, once he takes power, had better be ready to go to a 2-state solution based on the 1967 borders. Or else, back to the article, we have to be concerned about the next intifada uprising, said King of Jordan. So they're already calling for it. They're already prepping for it. Netanyahu has not even got in the office again. He said, and if that happens, we're going to call for the next intifada. He goes, we got to be concerned about the next intifada uprising. And if that happens, that's a complete breakdown of the law and order, and one that will neither the Israelis nor the Palestinians really will benefit from. I think there is a lot of concern from all of us in the region, including those in Israel that are on our side of the issue. So see, here's the divide and conquer. Palestinian, you have the Jordanian king who's trying to say there's half of Israel wants to do the dividing the land, wants to separate itself from what they call the religious right over there in Israel. And so they're starting the process. The whole world is already converging on Jehoshaphat. Did I read it in the Bible? Go read it, guys. It's in the book of Joel, chapter 3. God says, I will bring the entire world down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead for my people. Don't part their land. He begs the world not to do this. It's coming. Well, Israel captured East Jerusalem from Jordan back in 1967, back in that war, but signed a peace treaty in 1994 under which it formally recognizes Amman's special role as the city's holy site, and they still have that role. But the two have since had an uneasy relationship with Jordan, regularly accusing Israel of violating the agreement that gave it control of the site and barred non-Muslims from praying there. That would be Christians and Jews. Jordan's Hashmonite monarchy has been the custodian of the Jerusalem holy sites since 1924 and sees itself as the guarantor of the religious rights of Muslims, Christians in the city. What about Jews? Tensions are the highest over the compound known to Muslims as the Haram al-Sharif, which is called the Temple Mount by Jews. The site includes the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest site in Islam. The area is also the holiest site in Judaism. So it makes sense that Jews would be allowed to pray there. It's their holiest site. That would be sort of like, let's put it this way. Mecca is the holiest site for Islam. That'd be like saying, in Mecca, only Christians and Jews can pray. No Muslims. It'd be like saying the Vatican, let's say in Rome, only Muslims and Jews can pray there. Or that'd be like saying at the Temple Mount, only Muslims and Christians can pray there. Only Muslims can pray there. Doesn't make sense. It is in a sovereign state called Israel. It's in their land. And they did take the Temple Mount back from their invaders in the war of 1967, in which Israel was attacked by 5 nations at once. Israel defeated them all in 6 days. So I think they should be allowed to pray, at least pray. And it's not saying just Jews pray and no Christians or no Muslims. Israel's saying all people should be allowed to pray.
Christians aren't allowed to pray.
Christians are not allowed to pray. Neither are Jews. It's crossing red lines. And even if I pray for Pope Benedict the 16th, who's a 95-year-old man who's very, very, very sick, and according to the reports of CNN, very sick, will I be crossing a red line if I pray for him? Or if I pray for my enemies, as the Bible said, I'm to pray for my enemies. Let's just take it that step further. Will I cross a red line if I pray for enemies? How about if I just pray for you? Some of you who are angry with me right now and saying, Begley, I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe. Can I pray for you for that? Or does that cross your red line? Sometimes prayer, maybe that's why prayer is the most powerful thing there is on the earth. I always say this. Prayer doesn't just change things. Prayer changes everything. And Jesus said men ought to pray, and that without ceasing. And he never limited where people could pray or who they could pray for. He said, pray ye one for another. He told you, watch and pray, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come. Prayer, if any two of us would agree touching any one thing, it shall be done. Prayer. Pray for the lost. Pray for the saved. Pray for our brothers and sisters in Christ. Pray for the unbeliever. Pray for your enemies. Pray for your friends. Pray for your family. Pray for those that are against you. Pray for them who despitefully would use you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely. Prayer. Is it crossing the red line? My opinion, prayer crosses the devil's red line. God bless. I'll see you guys tonight.